Hello, everyone, to session 23, Buzz Around the World.
Our today's special guest, the beautiful Amanda. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, guys. Hi, everybody.
Oh my God.
Great to have you on board. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, guys.
Before we start with our questions for you, may I ask you for a short introduction of yourself?
Yes, absolutely. I'll try to keep it short. So yes, my name is Amanda. I live in Stockholm in Sweden, but I travel all around the world all the time, thankfully, because otherwise I would have gone crazy just being in Stockholm all the time. Even though it's very beautiful right now in the summer, but you know. So I am an Access Consciousness certified facilitator, and I also facilitate Joy of Business, Right Voice for You.
Wow.
And I also work a lot with Access Consciousness. I've been working with translation and coordinating translation for live classes for about 8 years now, actually, which is
wow. Oh my God.
Yeah, Access is a big part of my life in many different ways.
That
Awesome.
sounds great. Yeah. Cool. Okay, let's start with the first question. What was the reason for you to choose consciousness and the access bars?
Ooh, good question. I'm not sure that I chose consciousness from the beginning. I actually did my very first bars class when I was 18, and my mom was facilitating it. So I was probably there kind of by default because it was in my bedroom. So I was like, okay, sure, I'll
Why not?
do something, you know, this weird thing that my mom is doing, fine, whatever, you know, total teenager. So that's how I did my first bars class. And but then it took me a few years, probably like maybe 5 years or so after that, until I actually started choosing it myself, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was around 23, maybe 23, 24, something like that, when I started to be like, maybe there is something to this weird access and consciousness stuff that my mom is doing. So
oh, great.
Cool. Totally different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for sharing this.
yeah, thank you.
When you think back, what was your bus experience that you remember the most? Is there maybe one session where you say, oh my God, this is in my head?
Good question. I mean, so I did my first bars class there when I was about 18, and then I did my first class with Dr. Dane here almost exactly 10 years ago now, actually, in the spring or something, May maybe of 2013. And in that class with Dane, my mom was running my bars. And I remember being there, and I remember being completely knocked out because it was like the first time that I got my bars run since my first bars class, however many years earlier, 4 or 5 years earlier. So I was like completely knocked out. And then actually in the middle of that bar session, my mom like shakes me. She's like, Amanda, wake up. Because then Dane wanted me to come up on stage. And I was fortunate enough to receive a session from him. So I remember that very clearly because it was first like very intense for me to get my bars run after so many years, and it was probably the first time that I really received it, you know. And then in the middle of the bar session I wake up, you know, all confused, where am I, what's going on? And then I got to receive a session from Dane that it kind of changed my whole world.
Yeah, maybe this situation was the first time where you are choosing the bus, you know, and that's totally different.
That's one of the reasons for receiving it right now, or in that time.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
Totally.
Wow.
Awesome.
Totally.
Wow. So cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll never forget that day. It was you know, it's one of those experiences that I'm like, life before that day, life after that day. So
yeah, that's also the next question.
Yes.
So looking back to your starting point with Access, what changed in your life from life before Access and now?
Well, everything. But I would say like the main, because I didn't really have that many like problems or whatever. Like I didn't come to Access in order to fix my problems. I was kind of like my life was fine, you know. I was kind of like skating along, everything was okay, but I was also extremely bored, kind of depressed, like
Oh,
not
okay.
very like I wasn't very excited about life, but I also didn't have a good enough reason, quote unquote, to change anything. So I would say that the biggest difference, except yeah, I mean, okay, everything has changed, but if I would try to keep it to one thing, it would definitely be the fact that I'm now actually choosing my life. Like I'm now
Wow.
actually living it and creating it rather than just kind of, I'll tag along, you know.
Yeah. Wow, what a gift.
Yeah.
Great.
Great message. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So in addition, is there anything you want to add or want to talk to our or inform our viewers? Is there anything you want to say to them in addition?
I would say like the thing that I love so much about Access and the tools and the classes and everything that we do is that we actually play, you know. And as you guys said so brilliantly before we started recording, like the purpose of these interviews and also kind of the purpose of life is to have fun, right? And that's, for me, that's the difference to why I love Access so much, because I've done a bunch of other stuff as well. But to get rid of that kind of the significance and the hardship and kind of the point of view that we have to fix a lot of problems, like what if instead we can actually shift our focus and put our attention on what else is actually possible, and kind of like access that creative capacity that we all have available, but so few of us have ever allowed ourselves to actually work with and create with, you know. So my invitation to everybody and to myself every day, I have to remind myself of it every day, because in this world it's easy to kind of fall into that kind of hardship, and things are hard and there's problems to be solved and you know. So my invitation would really be like, what if we all could play more, and really what else would be possible for us all if we chose more of what brought us joy.
And that's it.
That's it.
Because before we started Access or got to know the bars and the Access, it was okay, you have some memories where you had fun in your life. There are some memories where you're out with friends or with something with the family or whatever. This was fun. This is one nice memory, what I have. But being able and allowed to have a full day, 24 hours, 7 days a week of joy, of fun, you're allowed to choose it, you're allowed to live it in that way. And that's really, as you mentioned, that's the main issue here.
And my point of view was, I need holidays for having fun, for being in this allowance to chill and this joy, you know. And now with the tools, every day is this, okay, what is fun for me today? What I want to do now. And this is, and there is no wrongness. And that's the point. There is no wrongness. I am not wrong. Nobody is wrong. And that's, that's so beautiful. And a gift for me every day. For me, it's other tools every day, a new gift.
It's so awesome. It's awesome. You receive a message. Oh, what a shitty message. What a shitty situation. How does it get any better than this? And that's it. And you start laughing.
Yeah,
totally. And that's the other thing as well that I would just invite people to is, what if there was nothing that you could not handle? Like, you know, because it's so easy to kind of walk around and create and be in this sense of like, oh my God, if this happened, I wouldn't know what to do. And oh shit, I hope this doesn't happen, because then I would be totally or whatever. But what if you could actually like relax, like whatever shows up, you'll be fine, you know. At least if you have your own back and you're willing to use the tools, then there's nothing that you cannot handle. There's nothing you cannot create beyond.
Absolutely.
Actually create greater all the time.
Freedom, space of freedom.
Totally.
Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. A little bit flashed. The last question. There are a lot of new people at Access Consciousness, a lot of beginners. And are there any classes with you for beginners? They don't have a foundation or a level up, you know, something for knowing you or knowing, I think the right words for you, there is
there are no prereqs, or?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
That's
What
great.
a great class.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's actually several things that I facilitate that doesn't have any prereqs, both the Right Voice for You classes, but also the Joy of Business classes.
Yes.
Doesn't have any prereqs either. And then I also do a bunch of free stuff. Like I just actually now an hour ago started a 30 by 30. So I'm running 30 times a day for 30 days, the Access Consciousness crazy phrase, as we call it. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. So anybody is more than welcome to jump on that. I also do a free Zoom every Tuesday afternoon that is also open to everybody. That is like half an hour, you know, just for a place where people can come and be like, hey, this is up in my world, and let's see what we
That's
can
great.
What a contribution. Wow,
Oh,
thank you so much for this.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
everyone who's looking out for you,
sorry.
we will mention your homepage if you have one.
Yep, absolutely.
We will mention it below the video once we upload it. And you can find Amanda as well on Facebook.
Yes.
On the accessconsciousness.com webpage. And I think Instagram and so on.
Yeah. Oh, everywhere, pretty much.
Everywhere.
That's
or
great.
live in Stockholm.
Yeah.
Or somewhere else in the world. Yes.
Wow, great.
Thank you so much for your time. Really.
Thank you for your
Yeah.
gifting and your energy. Yeah.
And this place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.